We got a different kind of stream today. I am excited. Today, you can see my favorite thing. And we have a surprise, which is very, very awkward. Why? Because I'm supposed to be alone in this room when this happens. I'm supposed to be alone when this takes place. So that when my queen comes back Saturday or Sunday night, she won't be seeing what we see right now. So right before me, we have this little PC setup. As you know, I have my test bench kind of build here. My chassis. This is for test benching and for repairs. Let's say I got a client who needs a PC for fixing. I can use this test bench as a means to kind of isolate the problem, whether it's their RAM, their CPU, etc. But I already had spare parts, so I said, why not make us a temporary build for my queen? We have the PC build. It's actually really good for a 500 watt PC build. It's capable of keeping up with my PC, which is surprising. Not in the same of like, you know, quality presets and stuff like that, but with some proper tuning and everything, it can actually almost perform as good as my current PC. My queen can have something she can call her own, and I am super blessed to do this for her. Also, just want to give a big shout out to the hybrid domain to help make this possible. Ever since I hit affiliate, all of you guys people have been supporting the channel, supporting the stream, and just been an amazing blessing to not only to myself but the entire hybrid domain. I see you guys supporting other streamers. I see you guys supporting other people, and you're emulating the energy that we started with and we still have today. And so I'm gonna pay it forward by, well, you're gonna see. All right, so let me just clear out this desk, and we'll get started with what we're doing today. Most expensive part in this build. It's my previous graphics card. We have here the PNY Accelerate 6GB Overclock Edition. I've already done a deep clean on this. I swapped out the thermal pads and everything. I saw that it was super dirty, so I decided to do a super duper deep clean on this graphics card. And actually, I have something in store for this. You see that we have this very gray and somewhat blackish shroud. Well, I'm gonna show you in a bit what we're gonna do to it in this PC. The reason why I called it Temple is because since it's majority used parts, and in the Bible there is a temple that was rebuilt, and that's, you know, just in that similar context, we have this PC here. So it's still in the context of the temple being rebuilt. I like this concept, and it's gonna be super cool, and it stays within context of the build, which is purity, clean, and stuff like that. So I hope it turns out well, because I tried envisioning this into my head, and I have questions, but I have high hopes, and I'm very excited to see this build turn out, you know, the way I think it's supposed to be. And I'm pretty sure my queen will really appreciate this PC, because I just absolutely love playing with this beautiful woman, and she's hardworking. She does so much, not only for herself, but, you know, for many others, you know. And I see that, you know, some of that hard work is being unreciprocated, and so I'm just trying to be that person that helps her recognize and acknowledge what a huge blessing she is. And you know, hope you guys enjoy our little journey here as we build it, as we kind of see her reaction to what we were going to do today. Oh, here she comes with the huggies. Huggy. Now, I want to show you guys something. Okay, I customized and I painted the CPU cooler somewhat white with a bit of gloss, and just kind of give a different perspective of what this build is like. It isn't the greatest paint job, but hopefully with the end of this build, this is going to be a great accent to what we're doing today. These are called In-Play Ice Tower V2. Here it is. Usually there'll be like 2 sets of wiring. One for the RGB controller, second for the fans controller. This one's actually combined. It's a 6-pin header and it's gonna go into a controller hub, and then from there you can control the fans. It's got its own little controller here, and then you have the hub, which is actually, wow, this is 10. This can control up to 10 fans. We have here the power supply, which is going to power the hub and the fans all together. And we have, last but not least, we have the RGB controller, which is actually, we're not going to use this, unfortunately, because number one, we don't have a 5-volt 3-pin connector on the motherboard. Really don't mind, because my queen's gonna have a controller anyway. There should be 2 more, and I assume they are in the case. And based on the weight, I think the power supply is already installed. So if you guys haven't seen it already, it is the PC Cooler Platinum LM200. Let's take a look inside. Yo, you guys, seeing this in person, I am quite impressed. Now, one concern I had was the door. Is it really tempered glass or is it acrylic? So we're gonna take a look at that. This was about 1,500 pesos. That is in dollars, about 30 bucks. Power supply, I'm taking a risk here, but I checked on it, 80 plus bronze, and considering the sales it's made in the shop, it's pretty good. It's from Ace Power. It's 650 watts, so it's good enough for overclocking this PC. And it's also semi-modular. That's super cool. I like semi-modular power supplies. Unfortunately, I can't afford yet a fully mod, but you know, I've messed with a fully mod. It's really cool. We have the power supply, semi-modular. We have the case, cables. I'm gonna move the fans. We have the motherboard and the power supply, motherboard and the RAM over here. Let me just move these fans real quick. As I said earlier, we're gonna do something crazy. So you see the shroud here, right? The grayish, kind of bluish gray color we got here. Well, we're gonna change that, and we're gonna put on white accents to make this look like a real white PC build. With, of course, the black accents that's all over the case. But still, it's gonna look good. I feel in my nuggets, it's gonna look good. I'm actually gonna keep the black on it. All right, so I'm gonna take this and some of this. All right, I'm back. Right now I'm doing a quick paint job. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with a portion of the rest of the build. Some of you may be wondering, what is in this build and how much is this PC costing altogether? As I'm more than happy to tell you about this build and its cost, please don't forget to like this video as it helps tell the YouTube algorithm that I'm your favorite man online, and subscribe to the channel if you like the content I put up here. You may also check out the support link below to see all my socials and tip pages, since I make no profit in what I do. Any amount will be graciously accepted and will be used to feed me, my girlfriend, my dog, and keep good and improving content coming your way. Take note that the CPU and GPU are used for my current PC before I upgrade. So to start things off, the CPU is a Ryzen 5 2600. I bought this back in 2020 used, since the market for these CPUs were really low and are too difficult to find brand new. The fact that I overclocked this CPU and ran my PC for long periods of time, this CPU still remains to be reliable and has no performance degradation at all. This costed me 6,449 Philippine pesos at the time, which is around $133 and 53 cents. As for the GPU, it's the PNY Accelerate Gaming 6GB Overclock Edition dual fan. After a deep clean and change of thermal paste and thermal pads, it has really given this GPU a fresh new start. It is rocking AAA games at good frame rates, even at medium settings in some games like Warzone 2 and Halo Infinite. I have custom painted the shroud to match the theme I have planned for this PC. This GPU costed me around 11,500 Philippine pesos, or $238.11 1 week before the GPU crisis. The RAM is actually kind of new. 2 sticks of 8GB Corsair Vengeance LPX at 3000 MHz. I got these to add into my already 16GB in my current system at the time to make it a 32GB setup. But I decided to go back to 16GB since I did not want to stress my motherboard and voltages, since I was still a novice with working in the BIOS. Long story short, these have literally sat on the shelf since 2021 and haven't been used until now. These sticks were 4,360 Philippine pesos, or $86 and 32 cents at the time of purchase. The motherboard is an interesting story. I got this used, but works like it's brand new. It's the CVN B450M B415 Gaming from Colorful. The seller I got this from sold it for me for only 2,000 Philippine pesos, or $36 and 12 cents. After looking at how much it costs around here, it's going for 4,495 Philippine pesos, or $81 and 18 cents. It isn't new, nor is it too old. It works with all Zen 1, Zen Plus, and Zen 2 CPUs from AMD without BIOS updates. For those who don't know, that is Ryzen 1000, Ryzen 2000, Ryzen 3000 CPUs without BIOS updates. This is perfect for the CPU I got this for. For storage, we are using a 480GB 2.5-inch CS900 SSD from PNY. Since this was only for gaming and streaming, I decided to just go with one storage for the sake of saving money and no other reason than that. This costed me 1,950 pesos, or $35 and 22 cents as of November 2022. I bet you're wondering,
Hybrid, why did you paint this GPU?
no worries. This is totally fine and absolutely safe. As long as you know what you're painting, you're going to be fine. My reason for painting this shroud is simple. This is going to be an RGB white and black build. We have no room for additional shades and colors with all that we have going on. You will also notice that I've painted the CPU cooler as well. To me, every accent will be necessary to emphasize that the white base and the additional white accents will help the build as a whole. Since there are some areas on the build that are black, the small paint jobs that I've done will help border the darker shades and help them really pop out where they need to be regardless of the color that we set the fans. Stick around for the total price of this build and then see how this turns out. If you haven't already, join us on Twitch if you want to play games, talk. We could talk about PCs, shoes, anything under the sun. Enjoy the rest of the video. Power supply is the Frontier Ace Power 650W 80 plus bronze semi-modular PSU. This saves space and time cable managing. This is 1,820 Philippine pesos, or $32 and 87 cents. I hope it lasts. Fans were the cheapest I could find at good quality. In-play Ice Tower V2. I got 8 of these bad boys and running on Molex power. Lights are controlled via remote control and hub where all the fans plug into. There are dozens of light modes besides the static colors on the remote. Can't control the speeds unfortunately, which is why I got 8 to optimize airflow and regulate temperatures regardless of the workload. Total cost of these fans were 1,380 Philippine pesos, or $24 and 92 cents. Now it's going to be a space saver somewhat because it is semi-modular, meaning majority of the cables, like other than the 24 and the 8 pin for the motherboard, the other cables can be inserted or removed. So that's pretty cool. But as you can see, they are not, well, they're colored, it's just they're not part of the uniform build. So keep things uniform, I got these extension cable to keep the build nice and white with as little accents as possible. So instead of seeing these mustard and other colored cables coming into the PC, coming from the other side, you'll see just these white cables. It's gonna look super slick, super clean. To put all that together, I got my queen, the PC Cooler. Yes, that's the name of the brand. PC Cooler Platinum LM200. It's perfect for micro ATX and ITX motherboards. If you're into small form factor PCs, but don't have the budget for the higher known brands, this case gives you all you need for the sake of size, of course. It's a little big compared to the small form factor cases, but bigger case means you got more room to work with. For cheaper too. This costed 1,485 Philippine pesos or $26 and 82 cents. The total cost should be 33,439 Philippine pesos or $658 and 97 cents. But since there are used parts in this build, it finally totals out to 28,775.73 Philippine pesos or $527 and 27 cents. If you're wondering how I got these pricings, first, I took all the used parts and searched for them and their prices as if they were brand new and added those figures to the should be total. I then took the prices I bought them for at the time of purchase and then searched the Philippine peso to US dollar exchange rate at those specific dates and used them as a reference for the grand total. And since these used parts were also used by me, I also clocked the prices down that suits the third-hand usage conditions. I did this as well with the new parts, so there's nothing confusing with any of those. So in other words, these pricings may not match up with today's market. Just trust the pricings I put here and you can probably find yourself a build at this price point as well. If you ever need PC services done, just let me know and we can talk how that's going to work. I strongly restrict this service to those who are within and around the Metro Manila area in the Philippines. Since this is your PC, I'm gonna give you the honors to undo the plastic. But before we do that, we gotta turn on the RGBs. I'm sorry, we gotta turn on the LEDs in the back. All right. Here we go. Woo, I'm so excited. Okay, so now before you, oh yeah, wait, I'm gonna help you with that. The remote sensor is in the back, so hopefully it works, but we won't really need the remote just yet. So you may take off the plastic, my love. Let me turn off just for the front panel. There's a plastic here, right here. Okay. Now let me just get the microphone a little close. Right. You can peel from any direction. Came off clean. Okay. Now, let's turn off this light. Gnostics, how you doing, bro? Welcome back. We're about to turn on the PC. Love, can you try and cover it on? Okay. Now try it. Yeah. Look at the colors, bro. I'm jealous. Now, and I built it. No, I'm kidding. I love my PC as much as I love this one. This is such a good one. So cool. Yeah. Time for cleanup, and we're gonna play some Halo.